Both of them.
Or should we be politically correct and be like?
No. I get what the terminology is for the reason why it's meant to be an insult. But on the back of the shirt, in like right by the neck, because the front should have like a person saying that, like some character who's just being like Herpadur, I'm a my user, and then there's like and then the other one is facing the opposite direction, going Herpadur, I'm a Max user, and like full on that. And then on the back, one should be me with a rifle saying, "There's a bayoneted rifle coming for you," and then there's Jeff who's just like, "Where's the fucker?" or where is he?
Oh, someone unplugged their mic, or is helping their parents again.
Probably.
And as soon as he comes back on, we'll just sync.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm still here.
Okay.
My mic pulled out. No, like it should be like Allan's face, like as the trooper from like Iron Maiden, and then it should, on the back of the Max one, it should just me with like glowing hair, like
going
flowing
Super
hair,
Saiyan.
and like, yeah,
going Super Saiyan.
We should design this. Get Linus on it. Get Linus on it. Nobody will buy it. Nobody will buy it until we go to an event.
Well, I found the image I was looking for, and it's pretty much the exact quote I was thinking of here. It's the there we go. Herder, technology's bad, fire is scary, and Thomas Edison was witch.
Oh man, I'd totally do that. I would legit call up. I'm not gonna lie. I would legit call up Autodesk and say, "Hey, so we're making a shirt about your programs. Are you okay with this?" And just send them the links. and they're like, "Yeah, sure. How much of a cut do you want?"
Yeah.
If they were a good company, they would say those words. Oh yeah, no, actually, like legit. The thing about Autodesk is they're actually pretty chill about a lot of things.
Autodesk is like the company that like is like your dealer's best friend.
Your dealer's best friend, jeez.
They take your money and then they give you the product that they want, and they do terrible things, but like you're okay. They look at you and go, when you come up to them, it's like, sir, Maya has a problem. It's this, and then like they look at you and go, but will you use Max to fix the problem? Oh, and they look you in the eye as the dawning realization comes upon you that both programs have the answers to both programs' problems, and you can pick only one.
Oh my god! I think.
But yeah, are we ready?
Yeah, I am.
Think.
Yeah.
All right, syncing.
Okay, so
in three, two,
2, 1.
Sync. I like how when I initially came on, you guys are like, "Why would you do this?" And then it just became a thing.
Yep.
Call him. All right.
Hello and welcome to the Black Mind Podcast. I'm Jeff. I'm very tired and angry and mad at the world, and I hate everything. Joining me as always is Josh, who is delightful, happy, and joyous of the world. Fuck off, Josh.
I am super jazzed right now, but I mean,
no, shut
I'm
up.
sure we'll get
Your
to the happiness.
positivity is a terrible thing.
We'll get to my happiness at the end, I'm sure.
I'm looking at my screen right now with just a stern face and hating everything. I am fueled by rage.
Oh, mostly
and me both.
But I have like legitimate reasons to be angry at the world. your reasons are like politically stupidity, which like I've just like started to like just like rip, like just go like
This isn't political though.
Can we blow up the world?
I want
Can we
to
just start over?
I want to. By the way, also joining him tonight is me, Allan, the angry political commentator who has to rant. But I will wait for Jeff to let me.
Today was Black Friday. I hate everything.
Well, yeah, it's been a struggle for me too.
Luckily,
What difficulty did you have to go through today, Allan?
Okay, so if you go to my Steam wish list, all but 3 things on my list are on sale. Not including the things that are free, by the way. There are 3 things on my list. I went on the list and counted. There are 3 different items that are not on sale. There's Call of Duty World at War II, which I have for the Xbox. There's RimWorld, and there's 4. PUBG, Averon, and that's it. Oh no, War Banner, but War Banner doesn't really count because that's more of a game I'm just got passing interest in.
Man, I don't feel sorry for him.
Let me look at my wish list. That's over 347 games.
I had to work today.
Yeah, see, that's the thing about a retail job. It fucking sucks on Black Fridays.
Oh, no. It doesn't suck. It is the worst thing on the planet. It is. To be fair, it is terrible.
To be fair, at least you're not in the States. Like, it's way worse.
That is true. So compared to last year, this year was actually really tame. I was sitting there laughing.
And it sounds like you're speaking from a laptop mic or something.
Yep. Yeah, you got really distant.
Does that work?
Yep.
There we go. That's a lot better.
Okay.
Anyway.
So I worked last year at a store at West Ed, and it was crazy. I hated everything.
Yeah.
I wanted to murder everyone by the end of the day. And then I went out and partied for a good 20, 30 minutes. Or no, wait, it was more like a couple of hours. And I didn't have money, so I couldn't go drinking. And I had the car, so I couldn't go drinking. And I couldn't play arcade games, so I couldn't go drinking. And this year I have money. I had instead other issues that come up, and I'm just like, no, I really don't feel like going out right now. I kind of want to sit back and enjoy my purchases, and
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was considering going out, and then I stopped myself and I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, "Allan, do you love yourself?" And I said, "Yes." And then my alter ego said, "Don't do it." And I was like, "Okay." So I went to the gym.
But you're going to out tomorrow night though.
Yep.
And leaving me here.
Yeah, that's mostly because I have a plan with someone.
It's his girlfriend. It's totally his girlfriend.
Oh my god!
Ladies, he's single. He's not single anymore.
Ladies, he's taken. See, that's
Ladies, he's taken. Oh my god.
Yep.
It's going to be funny when like this joke catches up to us and we're just like sitting there being like, oh fuck.
Oh fuck. Or
Allan wields a knife.
Or someone
comes up to me.
Or someone mentions that, like the weird features about them. There's like, oh, I don't have a gag reflex, and it's like, but you're a straight male, so it's like, ladies.
I don't know.
Actually, some women actually might find that actually like really appealing because you can go down and eat for a couple hours.
You're not swallowing anything.
No. You don't understand. A gag reflex isn't just also for that. You got to remember, if you have a lack of a gag reflex, it means that you don't gag from overpowering smells or stuff like that.
Huh. Weird. Well, I mean, if a person has an overpowering smell, there's something wrong.
Well,
like, there's something wrong.
It could always be worse.
It could always be worse.
It could always be worse.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie about this Black Friday. Like, even though I didn't have to work it because I never work Black Fridays because my job lays me off at the start of every November. This year was actually a bit of a struggle for me because I didn't want to go out and buy stuff. And holy crap, I turned on the
That's
TV.
going to be next year.
I turned on the TV for 10 minutes today. 10 minutes, and I just saw Black Friday sale, Black Friday sale, Black Friday sale. I had to go down to Best Buy today to pick up a present, which wasn't there. Surprise, surprise. Because Best Buy fucking sucks. More on that at 10, Jim. But I'm sitting there, I'm standing in line, and I'm like looking around. I'm like, I want to buy stuff. I'm not going to do that.
You were just stroking your bank wallet, just going, soon, soon.
I was going, no, babe. Stay in the pocket. No.
No, Steam. Steam.
And then they asked me for my receipt, so I had to pull it out. And I was like, oh, no, it hurts. I'm going to buy something. So when they told me they don't have it here, I walked out. I was like, thank you, bye. And I walked so fast out.
So what I'm hearing is that we need to do an episode of a vlog where we take Allan shopping. You know, me and Josh. We're poor as fuck. And we need to take Allan shopping.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. Like, so fetch. Just me and Josh, like, wearing, like, crappy makeup. Just taking Allan, the straight guy, shopping.
Man, your bad idea is never...
These shoes are $300. These shoes are $300. These shoes are $300 fucking dollars. Let's go.
I had a really dumb idea of having Josh do Amiibo reviews, and then during every Amiibo review, we interrupt it somehow. So, like, the first episode would be us, like, breaking in the door with, like, an axe and going,
snub
Josh,
him!
Josh,
just put a cloth up against his face and pulling away.
Just me screaming, Josh, we have to go back. We have to go back. And then I thought about Josh's dad being mad at us.
Okay.
Being like, why are you breaking an axe in my house?
Yeah,
because we're not filming this at my house.
No,
I
don't think.
Of course not.
Yeah, exactly right.
Of course not. Why would you?
I think the way that we would have to do this is we would have to buy a door,
or make a fake door.
No, we'd have to buy a door because it'd be easier to do that way. There's actually some pretty nice places that you can get pretty like weak, flimsy doors that you can break down.
It's like you'd be like, oh, how cheap is it? How cheap is it? $20? Yeah.
Yeah.
And instead of an axe, use a baseball bat.
I got a wood cutting axe in my garage. I've got a machete. I've got a fuck ton of stuff that we can use to fucking break down a door.
Okay. This sounds like a plan. Anyways, I worked Black Friday. I had a really terrible time.
I don't work Black Friday, and I'm happy for that.
I am tired, slightly tired.
Yep.
I sold everything, and the last sale ripped my heart out and then stopped on it because I didn't actually make the sale because the TV was fucked because shipping is terrible.
Oh, that hurts.
And yeah, it does. Especially when like you send a picture to your boss and your boss goes, "Ooh."
Yeah. Oh. Your boss's response is, "Oh." You're like, that's not what I wanted to see on my response text.
Yeah. Give me a second. I got to grab my dog, though. And also in other news, we had the Black Friday death count. That came in today.
Oh, what is it?
Oh.
I'm going to look that up.
10 deaths, 111 injuries. And it looks like we got 4 new ones.
2017. Oh.
Black Friday, Missouri mall shooting.
You gotta remember, that's the death count total.
Yeah.
That's just in total. So we didn't have any deaths this year, and we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 5 injuries.
So this is a good year. Only one death.
Black Friday, Missouri mall shooting leaves teen seriously injured. Okay. One male shot, one male stabbed in Willowbrook Mall in Black Friday. Brawls closed Alabama shopping center, one treated for injuries. So like somebody getting like a bruised head or something like that. And the final one is one person sustained life-threatening injuries at the Columbia Mall. Holy shit.
Oh boy.
Oh, we almost had a death there this year. But again,
Oh boy.
This is actually this is actually a really good year. It wasn't that bad.
Again, not that bad. No one died. Just one guy can't walk.
No one died this year.
Ever.
Somebody almost did, but no one died.
Yeah, this guy can't walk.
There's a couple.
He has to breathe through a tube. This guy doesn't have two front teeth anymore. But hey, no one died. It's fine.
This guy is seriously injured. There's a brawl. One treated for injuries, male shot, one stabbed.
Oh, no. I'm not saying the injuries are bad. There's actually one really bad. We almost had a death with life-threatening injuries. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Hospitals should be like suspending. It's like, yeah, no, if you get hurt, come here. We'll fucking well, you're covered for the day. We know how suicide.
Oh, God. It's all crazy, though.
Yeah, no. But that's the thing is when you look at the actually, if you look at the count, because I think the count should be a lot higher because of what happened today as well in Egypt.
What happened in Egypt?
235 killed at the Sifi Mosque in Egypt's deadliest terrorist attack. Yeah, somebody bombed a mosque. Surprise! Guess who it was? More Muslims. Hey.
Why did Muslims bomb their own holy structure? What the hell is wrong with them?
Because we're not going to. No. I have one thing to rant about today. We're not going to rant about this tonight. I don't have the energy for two different rants. I just kind of brought it up on. I'm like, no, like that happened today, guys. Shit.
We should acknowledge it. You know what? Yeah, nothing really we can do.
Yeah, we have to nod our heads and go, about it. Okay, that's a thing. Let's move on.
Yeah.
All right. Josh, do you want to talk about your concert before we go into this rant?
You know
the
what?
concert
Sure.
I was invited to and then couldn't go because the security guard was a fuckhead. Like,
yeah.
In other news, Jeff found out that he has a driver's license. And
no, we got to hear this story from Josh. Josh is going to eloquently tell us the story.
Okay, let's start.
Yeah.
Let's start with me going like, man, I never been to a concert. And then I look on Twitter and Death from Above announced like 4 or 5 months way out there. Hey, we're doing a new tour. We're doing this concert. It's going to be awesome. And I look at the tour list and I was like, hey, they're coming to Edmonton. I could go. And I look up the price for tickets. They're not that bad. And I was like, fuck it, whatever. I bought 2 tickets because I was like, I'll bring someone with me. That'd be fun. I don't know what I'm doing at a concert because I've never been to one. So I was like, this would be my first concert going. It'd be great. So I bought 2 tickets and I got them in the mail. And I was kind of thinking, who should I bring these? And I was like, who should I bring with me to this concert? So I thought my friend Leslie that I was hanging out with for quite some time. And I was like, hey, he knows, he was the security guy for concerts for a long time. He told me about it. He was like security guy for these concerts and shit like that. And I was like, oh, I should bring him with me and do a couple of stuff in the show and whatever. I mean, he's still kind of ill and shit like that, but he still, can move around and stuff. So I was like, okay, I told him we're going. And he's like, cool. And he's like, we're all set. And then finally the day comes and he's like, hey, come to my house and we'll hang out for a bit. And we're at his house and he's like, hey, oh man, my guts feel terrible. I gotta go to the bathroom. And he comes back. He's like, I can't go. And I'm like, why? I was puking and shitting at the same time. And I was like, oh, I guess you can't go. So I'm like, well, fuck.
I guess I have this extra ticket. Go.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like, so apparently, he didn't know before. He thought it was food poisoning. So we're like, well, fuck. I guess you can't go. So I'm like, well, okay, who? I'm going down the list of people in my freaking cell phone, and I'm just thinking of like, who can fucking go on short notice? And I'm just going and going and going, and I was like, I'm sure Jeff can, or maybe even Allan. But the thing was, it was too late for Allan, so it was like,
no.
okay, Jeff.
Okay, so can I defend my statement point here?
Sure.
I'm going to defend myself before we go to Jeff.
But at the same time, I know you're like always doing shit.
I get this text on Discord at 7:40. I think it's 7:40 or something like that. No. I'm actually gonna check. Yeah, I get it at 7:46. I respond at 8 o'clock, 8:04, going, when is it? And Jeff's response is Union Hall. When is my response? Today. I kind of wish I knew about this maybe an hour ago. I meant to say maybe 4 hours ago, but you know what? Who cares? And he's like,
yeah.
Because I'm all settled in for the night. What time does it start? Like 9. What's the band? Death from Above. And no thanks, because I went online, listened to some of their music while I was like waiting to respond and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm just like trying to like I was sitting there like looking at the thing, and then I went to the concert site after I said no thanks. I looked at when the concert started, and this is the thing that made me actually really frustrating. It's like concert started at 6. I was like, so we're into the main act right now.
Well, the main act actually didn't start until 9:15.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty late.
There was them and another band. It was them and one other band.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and the other band name was called the Beaches.
Yep, the Beaches.
The all-female band called the Beaches. And I was like, man, that's a good name. That's a good name. That's real good. That's real good.
Real nice.
And I'm like, real nice.
Okay. And continue the story though, because now I've now put up my defense of why I wasn't there.
Yeah. So I was racking my brain of who can come, and I was like, oh, Jeff can come. Because I'm like, I'm pretty sure he's not doing anything important right now, and he just has like perhaps some free time or something. So I asked him if he wanted to, and he's like, yeah, I could be right there. I'm like, fuck yeah. So I drive all the way to Union Hall. It's actually not that bad to get to from where I'm come from. And I was like, cool.
And I drive also to Union Hall. Let's not put that back. I did some Christmas shopping, and then, we're waiting in line, we're talking and stuff like that. We came up with a good idea. Allan, what do you think of the name?
Your mic pulled out.
You pulled your mic out again.
Yeah.
PC, what is it called? PC something. PC Keeper or something like that.
We're talking about random shit.
Yeah.
And then, we're getting to like, again, random like stuff of like, oh, the video game industry should do this and blah, blah, blah. And then, I give you my other ticket I bought, and then we're, going through the line. And then I get to the dude scanning IDs, and he's like, I give him my ID, he's pushed me through, and then I'm like, okay, I'm at the other line, which I have to give my Ticketmaster ticket to, and he has to scan it and make sure I paid for it. And I'm like, okay, cool, and Jeff should be right behind me. And I'm like, where is he? I'm waiting for like maybe 10 seconds here, and I'm like, he should be right fucking here. So I'm kind of like, where is he? Where is he? And then two people like before you came in. I'm like, wait, where is he? And then the two people that came in was like, yeah, they told him that his ID was expired over 100 days, and I just went, oh no! I was like, what the fuck?
So it gets better. It gets better because I was like, okay, like that's fine and stuff like that. I was seriously thinking like, this, it could be so much worse and stuff like that. I could have gotten my face punched in that night, Well,
the dumb thing is, if you were standing right where I was, you'd been perfectly fine, fine. But anyway. And anyway, so I as soon as I realized that, well, I'm just going to the show by myself, so I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna go to stand in this one spot and just enjoy the show. And then I got a text or I got a phone call from Jeff when I was in the building going like, yeah, people told me that your ID was expired. So I was like, okay, whatever, just if you can, try to give the ticket to someone. If you can't, whatever. So I enjoyed the show. And then I was actually texting my first buddy, Leslie, saying like, oh, yeah, he didn't come in because his ID expired. And I was like, fuck. And then then Leslie told me back on Viva Text, it was like, yeah, my ID is also expired. And I was like, even the original person I was inviting didn't have a valid ID. So I was like, shit. Frick, it would have been such a clusterfuck. But anyway, I enjoy the good.
What makes it really funny, if I look at my ID right now, I can guarantee you it's actually still in like good condition, because I had to renew mine last year, so I know for a fact it's in condition.
Oh yeah, I had to get a new one for, I think it was this year I had to get a new one because I was trying to buy booze or some shit, and they looked it over and it's like, yeah, this is expired. I'm like, oh. I was like, okay, thanks for telling me. But
the thing that just, I was just like, okay, like went to register. I was like, the funny part about that entire story is like immediately I was just like, okay, well, fuck, I guess my night's ruined. I guess I'm gonna go home, do work, and then I was like, wait, I should probably deal with this. So go register close by. Okay, went there and had a very nice conversation with somebody.
That means you probably could have got back in.
Wait, what?
You probably could have got back in if you could go to a register that fast.
I had a temporary ID though, not a photo ID.
Yeah, that's the thing is you could ask to retain your photo ID for the purposes of this stuff and take the physical copy because it usually has a barcode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and another thing is that a day afterwards, so like today, I was talking to Leslie and, playing For Honor with him. That's what we usually do. And it's like, yeah, apparently the law with expired IDs is that they can still accept your ID and like still be like, okay, you know what, we'll just keep a special tag on you because your ID is expired. But it doesn't necessarily mean it will kick you out of the fucking concert. It's just that, yeah, your ID's expired. They'd be like, whatever, go have a fun time, but your ID's super expired or whatever. And it's like,
just a heads up, don't expect to buy alcohol.
Yeah, so just heads up, just don't expect. Yeah, exactly. So it's like,
just don't buy alcohol. Yeah.
Yeah, so
and I wasn't going to anyways.
Yes, but the thing was, it's like, turns out the bouncer guy is just a fucking douchebag.
No.
Fucking douchebag.
Okay, I can actually defend this bouncer because when I was there and he scanned my thing, I was like, oh, that's a lot more simple. And he kind of like chuckles like, yeah, no, if the scan doesn't go through, we don't let you through. And that's the entire reason why. Like they're actually, they don't go. The reason why is they can't deny you if they're just doing by look. If they see the look and they see it's out of date, they look at the ID, they look at you, they go, okay, just so you know it's out of date, but go in, don't expect to buy alcohol. But with Union Hall, because when I was there for Sabaton back in May, it's like, holy cow, the security there is amazing. I will adamantly defend the Union Hall security because they're actually pretty solid. Because like we had people try to like crowd surf, and like they're trying to get like people crowd surf up to the front of the green, and like 3 security guards fucking rushed to the front of the stage, grabbed the guy, pulled him off, and like dragged him away. And I was like, wow.
But yeah, I always say that their security is pretty top notch because like no matter where I looked, I always saw a dude in red and was like, yeah, you're from Union Hall. Yeah, you're from the Union Hall. Oh, you're definitely working for Union Hall. It's like they're all over the place. So
I wouldn't know because I wasn't there.
Yeah. Yeah. So I had a good time at the concert. I just stood at the spot right beside where the special effects and sound crew were. So that's like they're facing the stage, but they're a fair amount far back. So but the thing was, inside this venue, it's actually quite small, and it probably only had like 200 people, maybe.
Yeah, no, like it's a small venue, and that's the reason why security is so bloody effective. Is because it's just
a small venue.
It's a small venue because they don't have to cover this huge area. And that's the thing about like bigger venues. And it's the reason why like I give mad props to things at like Coliseum and Rexall. Like when I worked at Rexall, when I saw like how our security went through, I always gave them like mad fucking props.
Yeah.
Cuz they went through fucking bullshit, dude.
Oh yeah. And yeah, like, so I was standing right beside the special effects and audio guys, and so I was enjoying the show, and it was pretty good, and the Beaches played their stuff, and I was like, cool, that was pretty sweet. And also I brought earplugs for myself, because I was like, you know what, I actually want to hear at the end of the day. Also I have to, yeah, so
they don't get stupid loud. Like they get loud.
It was still pretty loud, but Yeah.
No, I can tell you what loud is. When I'm standing, back when I worked at Rexall, when I'm standing behind 4 feet of concrete and I can hear through the concrete Iron Maiden playing. That's loud.
I mean, to be fair,
just so you know, you want to know how the difference? If you had walked up to the front where like you check in with your like if you went through the very front door with the like the 4 doors, you went up there and stood there for a minute, it'd almost be silent. They don't get loud. Yeah.
Well, the thing, I guess for where I was standing, I could still feel the vibrations in the floor and shit like that. So I was like, yeah, this is, and even then, I can still feel like, oh yeah, this is still loud because they were. Before I put them in, they had like just some whatever music going on in the background, and I was like, this is still loud to me, so I just put them in anyways. And the Beaches played, and I was like, okay, the Beaches, yeah, they're pretty cool. And then when Death from Above went on stage and they start testing their audio equipment, I start realizing, oh wait, the Beaches audio equipment were terrible.
Yep.
Like I could barely hear what there was a head singer, there was a bassist, they had 2 lead guitars and a drummer. And I was like, okay, they played their stuff and I could barely hear their backup singers. I can hear the lead singer, I can hear the drums because it's drums. But I was like, but when Death from Above played, I was like, whoa, this is night and day. It's a complete difference. I was like, shit,
what?
I wish the first band borrowed the fucking Death from Above stuff, but whatever.
I mean, it could be so much better and so much worse. I mean, audio is one of those things where it's like you can tell good audio gear from other audio gear, and it's saddening. It's like TVs. It's like TVs. You can tell a good TV a mile away. You can't tell a shitty TV from like 5 feet from each other.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No.
Exactly.
What makes it really funny for me is when I went to Sabaton, I was introduced to 2 new bands, being Battle Beast, which they have no case sound, but like their singer looks like someone that I don't know if it was a chick or a dude. I know it's a dude, but like when he was singing, when I first heard him, I looked at him and I go, I don't know if that's a dude or not, and I'm gonna actually post an image in the chat here of what he looks like because I have actually both bands. Like things.
Is it that Vader shower head I just posted in the chat?
No.
Wrong. That's
here.
The other chat.
Here, I will show you that in a moment. Oh, you posted in the other chat. Yeah, you posted in the entirely wrong chat, and I've seen that.
I posted in the best.
Yeah, I've seen that one. I don't approve.
He almost bought it. He almost bought it, guys. That's the reason why he doesn't approve of it, is because he almost bought it.
No. I like legit. While I was at Best Buy, I saw it, and I'm gonna post in the music shit. That's what the band looks like, and like those guys were there. They don't have a bad sound, but at the same time, I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
I would say that the metal or the singer there looks like a kind of a Korean or not Korean, like a Japanese pro wrestler, but like a female one.
Yeah, so that's the reason why I'm like, is it a dude or a chick? And this is the other band I heard, and they also have a really good sound because they have like they sing it like they're a Viking. They can tell they're a Scandinavian like style band, same as Sabaton, because Sabaton's from
Sabaton.
Sabaton. Oh, they're going on another North American tour this year with Creator.
Oh.
And places are
nowhere near Canada.
None of us in Canada. Legit. I just scanned over the list just looking for like AB. Oh, Calgary. Oh, dude, they are coming back.
They are coming back.
Oh, they're coming back in the second. They're coming back in February on the 16th.
Okay, we have to buy tickets.
Oh yeah, we're buying tickets.
I guess we're buying tickets.
Yeah. Yeah. Back at Union Hall, babe. Oh yeah, I'm okay with this.
Could be worse.
I'm totally up for this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm totally up for this.
Anyway,
at least my ID will work this time.
Yep.
This time.
And so I want to further say that the Beaches they played, they're good Can barely hear the backup singers, but I mean, whatever.
Oh, I actually didn't mention the name of the other band that I heard at Sabaton, but I'll let you finish your rant about Beaches first.
Yeah. They were good. But the funny thing is, though, it's an all-female band, and I looked across all of them, and I was like, man, I would totally fuck all of it. All of the Beaches. I was like, they're all hot. They're all fucking hot.
Hang on,
so
hang on. You do realize their name of their band is a play on word, right?
Oh, I know.
They're the
I know.
Beaches.
Yeah, I know. So it's like, but I was looking at all of four of them, and I was like, man, they're all very attractive. Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, usually the attractive ones are very, very,
Yeah. Oh no,
Yeah.
but that's the thing is like that's the strange thing about like metal concerts is when you have female singers, they either look like ragged,
Totally
hard,
fuckable.
like really hard, ragged women that you still be like, I'd still put my dick in it, but I don't know if I'd come out clean. But at the same time, then you also get the other two women, which are the women who are like drummers or bassists for the bands. That's what I've noticed with some metal bands. They have a female bassist or they have a female drummist. And the other one is the female lead singer. And holy shit, those ones are like gold. They're like you hear them and you're like, I approve this message. Take me to Valhalla. And that's where Leaves Eyes come in. This is the other band that I played at Sabaton. I won't lie. I actually started work that day, so I was really tired. So I listened to Battle Beast, got a little tired, got myself a drink of Coke, went upstairs, and because Union Hall has like an area where you actually have a seat couch that is soft. Like Josh, you don't understand it. You sit in it and you sink. It's soft.
And you keep sinking, and you just lose your car keys, and then you lose your soul, and you're like, oh no.
You leave, and you don't have your soul no more. Okay, but the other thing is I'm sitting there at this during this their concert, and their sound is they're still very like hard power band. They're a power metal band like Sabaton and the Battle Beasts, but the woman's voice. It sounds just like a Scandinavian folk song, and I was like, I approve of all this stuff. I was so happy that it was done really well, and like I sat down and I let myself drift for a minute, where I was like, I'm sitting down, I'm relaxing, and I could do it with a power metal band. It was really nice. And then Sabaton went on, and I was on the bottom floor, pounding my head like fist in the air, and like I recorded a lot of the music, but like, oh geez, it was great. I gotta send this to someone else really quickly just so they know.
Yeah, so they were done their show and did a whole bunch of their stuff and whatever, and it was like then we had a 30-minute wait between
they do 30-minute waits.
Yeah, so they were exchanging out their equipment and stuff like that. And then, the Death from Above went on stage, and it was like, oh, cool. So, the band I was waiting for. So their lighting effects were pretty fucking rad. Their onstage show was pretty good. I mean, it's just two dudes doing the entire show, and it was pretty awesome. But the one thing I was like, man, I kind of want to do that, but not really. It was the moshing that was going on.
That sounds okay. Here's the thing: they don't have a mosh pit. They don't.
For what do you mean? Like the place, or
where the band plays and the floor right in front of it?
Yeah.
That's not a mosh pit.
That was just a lot of people shoving around, though.
Yeah, it's a jostle pit. Like you stand next to
pit.
Yeah, and you just get nudged around. It's not like an actual like mosh pit. Mosh pit people are throwing punches and throwing kicks and tossing people around. That's the difference. I've seen mosh pits. I was near enough to one where I almost got hit by a punch once. And that was because I was working at the concert. I actually had to pass down like near the front of the thing, and like I was freaked the fuck out. As much as I like the idea of like I would totally go to experience a mosh pit, like legit. But here's the thing about mosh pits. Mosh pits, if you get knocked down, the person who hit you picks you up.
So that's the rule of thumb. But yeah, like so there was basically there was a lot of people shoving around and stuff like that in the pit that was going on. It got really, to me, it was really intense at points where they just straight up shoved people so hard that there was like a good line of like, I don't know, 4 to 5 people deep, that people fell over like dominoes. And because this audio stage was so close to where this like the shove and mosh and stuff was happening, that their fence that they set up for the audio equipment got pushed back to the point of like, oh fuck, this could knock out the cords. It happened like 2 times, and they're like, fuck, can you stop pushing it towards the fucking audio equipment, please? It was kind of intense. It was kind of intense at that point. I was like, oh, that would be very bad if something got unplugged over there.
That would be hilarious.
Oh, I know.
It would be great to watch Edmonton like do that and then blame it on the Oilers. That's all we need to do.
Oilers doing fucking shit this year, by the way.
Fuck off.
No, I'm not wrong, and you know it.
Yeah, I know.
You hate it for it. Okay, so Sabaton's coming back on the 16th. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna get VecFed involved. Quiet Brendon involved in doing it as well.
Quiet Brendon.
Yeah.
Which one's Quiet Brendon? You need to be more specific when you say Quiet Brendon.
There were like 3 Brendons at that school. I keep forgetting that.
There were 8 Brendons.
There was only 3 for me. There's only 3 for me, and there were 4 others outside of school for me.
We have so many problems.
Yeah, that's the actual
Brendons.
Okay, but yeah. I'm trying to get Chris to go, but she might not be able to because when they come back to town, it's her mom's birthday, and I'm like, don't do this to me. I want to ask her. Yeah, well, let's get on topic.
Anyways, we have to talk about other things.
Concert was super awesome. Anyways, I bought merch because I was like, I will gladly support these guys because
I have more money than brains.
Exactly.
It was really funny, Alan. I wish you were there for the conversation because I said like I was talking about like if we ever go to E3, Josh would be the person who mysteriously would disappear. And the thing I wanted to say was Josh.
Your mic cut out again.
Okay. The thing I wanted to say was Josh would probably end up getting raped out of all of us because Josh, and then somehow getting out of it by just pulling out magic cards and playing magic with the person.
If anything, I'd be the person who's like, I'd be at the event. They'd be like, I'm just gonna get a sandwich. They come back with said sandwich. And then find someone at the event going like, oh, where do you work? Oh, you work at this booth? Hey, let's go chill.
Yeah. And then that's the line where Josh gets destroyed.
No,
that wouldn't happen.
No, because it's not a porno flick.
The thing I said was Josh would more likely, like Josh and Chris would disappear, and then we would be thinking the worst. Josh got stabbed. Josh is dead. Oh my god! And then we would find them at like a restaurant playing magic.
Yep. I can see that being a thing with fucking Josh.
Yeah, because I would just go like, I would just be like, Josh is dead. Josh is dead, and then everything would be bad.
Mm-hmm.
No, what makes it really funny for me is like I really want to go down to like a convention down in the States really badly actually. And
I
like
do too.
Like it sounds like a really cool idea, but like at the same time I know why I wouldn't really want to do it all that much because like in some cases it's a good idea. And then you actually think about the logistics of it and it's either going to be a hit or a miss, and that's the thing.
I think that the thing with us is that we would probably be really stupid idiots.
I don't know about that. Maybe you.
I would be the stupid idiot.
Yeah, maybe you.
How dare you guys? I'm so offended.
we're like, no, it wouldn't be. You gotta remember,
you're
Jeff.
100% accurate, but I'm offended.
Jeff, I saved up money this winter or this summer while working, while still making like a huge amount of money. So like I know how to like manage money. You're the one who I worry about.
Actually, lately I've been doing okay. I've been paying off all my credit cards.
I've been paying off all my credit cards.
I have like a $500 limit on my credit cards.
I have a $5,000 limit on my credit cards.
The reason why I lowered my credit card down was so that way then I could get a loan. Because my car was fucked.
Ah.
Yeah. Anyways, enough about my personal life. We have to talk about workouts. And then we can talk about Shell Shock, the greatest tank game ever made.
Well,
I'm playing it now.
Okay, am I going to do my rant now?
Sure, do your rant. I don't care. Don't involve me in this.
Okay. Welcome to Allan's Rant Corner.
Allan's Rant of the Week. Rant of the Week. Rant of the Week.
Oh, how do I start it?
It's completely fucked. And you should not be
involved. Here we go. Okay, so we gotta talk about a university. We gotta talk about a university really bad. So apparently earlier this month, a teacher decided to show a video, a little excerpt from a debate where Jordan Peterson was discussing with trans activists and like actively standing against the idea of enforced speech, which is counterintuitive to the idea of freedom of speech. And this was for her class to like study like this. We're going to talk about like they, them pronouns and how they work as nouns. So she shows the class, and then she gets called like a few days later. She gets called into her office. I don't know if it's a few days or the next day, but she gets called into like an inquisitorial meeting between like some stupid trans safety group at this university, at Laurier University. Fuck this university, by the way. All she has done is actively used one of her rights as a teacher to show her students differing opinions and as well as examples in real life. She got like the way they acted towards her, because you can go online and look up like the full 40-minute thing where they sit her down. And like within 10 minutes they've made her cry. And like they've ripped, like they've just it's an inquisition. It was like an inquisition, because I'm like sitting there listening to them talk about it, and they equate to like showing a video of Jordan Peterson and a neutral stance, because she disagrees with him. She disagrees with him and understands that that they can have differing opinions, but at least express neutral opinions about the situation. So she displayed it neutrally, and they equated them showing her class Jordan Peterson talk as equating to showing a Hitler speech video to her class in a neutral stance, which, by the way, is not a bad thing. I'm just going to say that now, because then you can actually have a full-on discussion about what Hitler's saying.
So can I comment on this now?
I'm not done my rant. I will finish. Let me finish my fucking rant first, because I need to rant.
Okay, this gets better.
So, yeah, this is why I have a 5-minute timer. Fuck off. You have 2 minutes. You have 2
you
minutes.
Actually put a 5 minutes?
Yes, I put a 5-minute timer on myself to keep me from.
Can you pause it for?
No.
Can you pause it?
I want to finish this. Let me finish.
Okay.
So what they did is they sat her down for 40 minutes, and they basically disciplined her but didn't discipline her. They told her that like, oh, Jordan Peterson's tied in with the alt-right, da-da-da-da. He's a transphobe. He doxed people, da-da-da. Which, by the way, isn't true, because anything he did, he pointed out like the videos of him like talking in this clip, some of them are recorded by these people and posted online. So he's like, there's the video, and they talk about how he's been supported by rebel media, which is, it is a right wing media, but like being endorsed by something doesn't mean it's actually being a part of a thing. You can still, because even Jordan Peterson sees he's left wing, but he's scared of the left wing. He sees them becoming incredibly communist, but that's beside the point. So what this school does is the president of the school actually like mans up after this and apologizes, but not as well as the person to think. I personally think, and this is where my rant is going. I strongly recommend any of these listeners, any of the people who agree with me on this stance, to just make sure to not send your like kids to like this university, Laurier University here in Canada. And honestly, the only reason why is because of what just happened. But at the same time, another thing is, how fucked up is this? Like, you can't like. I can't stand the fact that universities are becoming these breeding grounds of like authoritarian style of like thinking. They're like, they are breeding grounds for activists and stuff like that. And I don't get how like that can be a thing, and I just strongly disagree with this to the point where like I actually have to rant about this. Mm-hmm. And what makes it worse is like I've watched videos from Sargon of Akkad, from Bering and a few other people where they talk about this, and they're like, the only reason why this came out was because she recorded. So I recommend to anyone who's a teacher at any of these schools that if you ever get called in by like some like protectionist group for like trans or LGBT thing, record the talk, because it could be pretty important. And that's the end of the rant.
You know what? Like, here's the thing I'm going to say on that. What fucking bullshit that entire thing is.
Yeah. No.
Seriously. No. Seriously. They make a girl cry. And then they have the balls just sit there and act like adults. Not even adults. Children, actually. Let me be 100% clear.
I'm not gonna lie. They're fucking cowards.
No, like, you're not lying. I do gotta say, though, I am not... I think that the way the media covered it this time was very good. Because the way that they covered it was they said... Hold on. There was a lot of people who kind of like sat there and said, no, this is complete and total bullshit. Like, we've seen this time and time again where like you'll see like something happen and people will try to cover it up. This was in the media. Canadian media, I should be honest. And I don't think a lot of people on either side sat there and looked at this as a positive situation.
No.
And I think that like everyone can sit there and agree that this is getting way too far up in hand, because you have groups literally acting like literal idiots. Like the fact that they made this lady cry and equated something of a philosopher.
A philosopher. No. He's both a philosopher and a professor. I will adamantly say that about him.
Okay, but the fact that they equate that to Hitler, okay, what is wrong with showing a professor, oh, you disagree with him and he's Hitler? Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. You can't handle somebody's opinion. And the fact that they can't handle somebody's opinion really shows how weak they are. And it's very angering to me that the fact that we still have to have these conversations, and the fact that like this is going to be a joke between me and my dad in like 3 weeks. It angers me, because my dad looks at my generation sometimes and he goes, man, like, I don't understand like why you don't live out on your own and stuff like that. And then he sees these people who literally do nothing. And I'm not perfect, I can admit that and stuff like that. But I work hard, and I got myself in a bit of a hole, but I'm getting myself out of it. I'm trying my best, and it might take me a few years, but you know what? If it takes me a few years to get out of my issues, then that's fine. I'm willing to do that. The issue I have here is that like a lot of these people are there on daddy's dime.
Yeah.
And they don't know what hard work is.
Yeah. Oh no. What makes it even more annoying for me is they brought her in the room because a student had an issue with the situation. Or at least that's what they say. They say the student had an issue with her and stuff like that. But at the same time, I kind of like sit down, I look at the situation and go, and they're like, she was asking in that situation, it's like, hey, can you, tell me who the student was so that like I can like why didn't they bring it up to me? And it's like, well, they didn't have to bring it up to you. It's like, well, no, I'm their teacher. They should have come to me first. I didn't do anything wrong, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, holy shit.
These people don't understand. If I may be honest, these people really don't understand the way the world works.
No, they don't.
And it's really funny when me and Josh sit there and like me and Josh are not the most brilliant people on the planet.
Hi, Josh.
Allan is not intelligent, and we're sitting there watching this. And we go,
oh, what?
we're not intelligent. Let's be honest. We're not Jordan Peterson levels.
No. Okay, so here's the thing.
Even that out. Everyone's not smart and everyone's not dumb.
Yeah.
Everyone's not intelligent. Yeah. Everyone's an idiot in their own right. I can admit this. Allan can admit this.
I can admit this too. Just don't say, Allan, you're not intelligent. That's something entirely different.
I think that we've all agreed that, we're all equally moronic buffoons. I thought that we were in agreement on that. I guess I was right.
Okay, here's the reason why I say I'm not, but it's more or less because I look at the situation and I go, well, I'm not smart, but I'm not dumb. I'm not I'm intelligent in my own ways. Is the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm good for a useless repository of information, but hey, beside the point.
Yeah. The other thing is that like, what is the thing? We're not wise. And like the fact that like we're sitting there acting like we own this country and we're like the best and stuff like that. And
I've never said that.
Well, it's not us who are saying that. I'm just saying what these people are saying and acting like. The other thing is that like this group of people acts. It's the first time that our issues have really been shown. We're the first generation where we've seen this happen. And I feel like we're also being wielded like a weapon by a group of people who really don't understand that we're people.
Yeah,
and it's just insulting. It's just upsetting.
I personally I disagree with that fact. I suspect that all the kids who are, because if you actually look at the vast majority of the people who make up these groups, they are our generation. And like sure there's some outliers, but if you like pay attention to our group, the ones who are leading are our generation.
What I mean by us being wielded like a weapon is, think about like all the people and stuff like that. They're all like 40, mid 40, 30 and stuff like that. And they're all like teachers and stuff like that. But like they don't understand that there's a system outside of school. And so they're like, yeah, bring down the system, man. But it's like, no, don't. You don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, what makes it really weird is how, like, okay, for me personally, I look at the situation with a bunch of the activists that are coming out of the fucking universities. Like, a lot of them are like communists, and they try to, and I don't like communists. I have a friend who's a socialist, and like I looked at him, he's like, you do realize that socialism doesn't work? And it's like, well, we have social welfare and stuff like that. I'm like, yes, those are social programs. There's a very big difference between socialism and stuff like that. But he's adamant. He's been lower class for much of his family's life. So I'm like, you know what? I understand where you're coming from. You actually have a reason. But the thing is, when you actually look at like people who are like, actually. Like these like activists and shit like that, they act like they're like poor and oppressed people when they're actually like upper middle class kids.
Yeah. They're people who are middle class kids, and they like. Here's another thing that happened this week. Edmonton Eskimos recently got told they had to change their name again. It's not going to happen again. And guess what recently also came out?
What?
Actual Eskimos, fucking Eskimos. So, actual fucking Eskimos from Nunavut said, no, the name's fine.
Yeah.
Who's it offending? Is it offending the people who are afraid of offending everyone? Or is it offending and thus offending the people who they're trying to not offend? Or are they just offending or are they just stupid? Like, is it offending them actually, or is it not offending them? Like, are they so afraid of just offending somebody? Anyways,
I think it's that.
Yeah, I think that they want the world to kind of be equated and clean, but it's never going to work that way. Anyways.
Okay, we're done. Josh,
no,
you can come back.
We have to talk about Shell Shock.
Shell Shock, and we have to talk about something that I have to get mad at you for, because I actually have because I want to go back to this little discussion afterwards.
And that's when the podcast is going to end. That's where the podcast is going to end. We're just going to fade out with Allan ranting at me. And I played Shell Shock.
It's a fun game, isn't it?
It's good.
I like it.
Is this a
really
card
fun.
game, or is this a PC game?
This is a PC game. Like, legit, I have it in my thing. I have Shell Shock Live, and it's so much fun.
It's stupid.
But it's stupid, but it's so much fun.
They're really dumb weapons, Josh. You might like it.
Legit, you'd actually probably like it. Like, the upgrade tree to like unlock and like earn like new weapons and stuff like that throughout the game, it's so ridiculous. There's like, I remember seeing somebody unlock a weapon where it was literally like you fired a tank forward, it just dropped, and you could drive it over to the person. You're like, what?
Oh my god.
Oh no, that was a different game. No, but there are stupid fun weapons in this game. Like, hang on, I'll get an image of the Shell Shock weapons.
Oh god, I'm seeing the level tree here, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
There's buzz blades. There's urine. You actually shoot urine out of your tank. There is the Linus Destroyer 9000.
Okay. So view image. Josh, this is, I think, the old upgrade tree. Because I think there's more weapons now.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, there's a image on their store page that is thicker than that, and I'm like, what is this?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the Shell Shock Live has like, they have unlocked for free, and like the numbers of weapons are just ridiculous. Like, there's 9 weapons packs. Like, holy shit. And like, I like, and that's not, then there's an upgrade tree, which you upgrade your tank. You can eventually upgrade everything. Like, yeah, it's actually like it's really fun. I've played it.
Actually, is it? Hold on, see if I can find that image. Because I was looking at, like, the first couple images. I was like, okay, this seems like a typical, side-scrolling tank game that you have physics to deal with. And then let's see if I can get this image. There it is. Then I look at the leveling tree for the individual tanks, and I was like, oh, there's a lot more bullshit to this, apparently.
Yep. No. There's a lot. Like I said, there's a lot of fucking weapons. That's the tank level up tree.
Yeah, that's the tank leveling.
Yeah.
And it's a sprawling tree going up, down, left, right, and it's like, okay, yeah, it's all going all different directions.
He's only level 23. Just so you know, there's 100 levels to go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and just so you know, each one unlocks a new weapon. Because like you get like it's just ridiculous. Like, holy cow. I'm not gonna lie, and like some of like the super, like, again, you don't see the super weapons until like really late on, and even getting them in game during your match is kind of hard, because you draw weapons from your, like, what your deck is, which is all your weapons that you have available, and it lots them into what you have for that turn. Usually you have things like you have the standard, I think, like shot and triple shot, I think, are standard. Like, you always have that, but like, oh man, there are some weapons where you're like, oh, like, they're like, again, I'm not gonna lie. There's a weapon called the Breaker, and holy fuck, that's fun. And I've seen somebody actually like it gets so funny.
I have had matches where like I've just started playing the game and it's like wow, wow, wow,
Wow.
wow.
I am dead, but I am so okay with this.
I have destroyed people. Like, it was really funny. I won a game as a level 2. I had less health. The guy missed every shot, and I was like, I have this weapon. I'm going to use this weapon. And it was a grenade, and it killed him. And I won. And then I think the next person wrote, how am I losing to a level fucking 2? So it's good. It's a good game, you know?
It actually is, like, legit.
It's Josh might like it.
I might.
Josh might like it more than Overwatch, which Josh has not played for like 3 weeks, I don't think.
I'm actually thinking about getting back into Overwatch. I'm not gonna lie.
Why would you do that too?
I play for the boxes at this point, and even then, I'm like,
I'm interested in the heroes now. Like, I want to start learning like how some of like the heroes work now.
Well, the funny thing is, because I'm so used to fighting games that I can look at the heroes and go, oh, okay, I know how this works. Okay, I know how he works. Yeah. Oh, I know how this works.
Yeah. Josh is not like me, who's like a complete and total Nimrod and then makes complete and total idiotic mistakes.
Yeah, well, you're like, oh man, I don't understand Junkrat. I'm like, what's hard to understand? Throw mine, jump on top, you fly out any direction you want, use your stupid landmine to kill people because it's really good damage, and it flings them to wherever, it flings them like far out there. So it's like, oh man, I'm beside a ledge, but this guy's beside a ledge. I'm gonna throw my fucking mine out and he's gonna fly off the edge and I'll get a kill for it. Yeah, like
the thing I don't understand about Junkrat is that going from TF2, where I used to use sticky bombs, this is this is not sticky bombs.
Well,
no, they're
okay,
not.
So his main shots are not sticky bombs, but at the same time, it's just a separation of the sticky bomb.
Yeah, but then I also would like the only times I ever play Demo Man would be to play with the giant sword, or to run at people with sticky bombs and stick them.
Yeah, that also works.
Yeah.
I mean, not the high tier play, but that also works.
Well, no, because like I would just play engineer, so that's the reason why I like Tor or sniper or soldier and heavy and like classes like that. Like that's the thing that they need. They need heavy weapons guy.
You need a heavy weapons guy.
They should just go to Valve and get a heavy weapons guy and put a heavy weapons guy in the game.
Well, that's kind of what
don't say
Reinhardt
Orisa.
is.
No, Reinhardt isn't. Reinhardt isn't
Orisa's
closer to heavy weapons guy.
Each way, yeah, they're both different.
You know what? I'm going to start a petition for heavy weapons guy and scout to be put in to Overwatch. Because I don't know, you could never get rid of I am heavy weapons guy. And this is my weapon. Like, that is the best character ever. And then you have Meet the Pyro. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Well, whatever. I forget what the hell the point we're talking about now.
We were just talking about shell shock games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with like leveling and shit like that.
I play Destiny. I finished Destiny. Destiny's pretty good. Overwatch is pretty good, and Maya's pretty good.
Oh yeah, I've been playing. I've been playing Animal Crossing.
Jeff said some fighting words, and I was like, "Ooh." Yeah.
Also, I've been playing the Animal Crossing Pocket game.
Pretty good, and then you corrected me.
No, you said Maya. In the sheet here, you say it has Maya LT, and I'm like, Maya LT. Get it correct because it's not the same thing.
Okay, let me rephrase that. My comment, Maya. Maya's the best.
I know you believe. I'm not saying it like that.
I'm a Maya fan, and I am a brilliant person.
I mean, I'm sort of a Maya fan, but I can kind of flip flop.
I mean, let's be honest. As long as you can acknowledge that both sides, both Max and Maya, are two different programs, and they're both fine, you're okay on my books. The problem comes in the form of when you go, Mario's the best. Max is gay. And those people do exist. And Allan has encountered those people, and it was really funny to watch.
Yep.
It was really
kind
funny.
of the reason why I'm very adamant about saying, like, no, Maya's better. Because I know it gets to them.
It was really fun.
I know it hurts them deeply in their soul because they know it's true.
I mean, when me and Allan like have arguments, it's all like good fun. But like Allan has actually encountered those people, and I've actually encountered those people, and they're just like, I'm just like, well, Maya is fine for doing this, but Max has auto backups, and it works better for this situation, and thus I like it more. And then Allan goes, yeah, you're 100% correct, and then agrees with me, and then explains why he likes Maya.
Yeah.
These people were like, that's gay. And it's like, shut up. Shut up.
I think the reason always said that Max is being phased out is because he knew it knew he pissed off. He did it to troll him, because I even heard him say it several different times. Like, no, they're different programs. They're meant for different things. I think Maya's better, and he gives his reasons why, and they're the same reasons why I like Maya's. And or a lot of them are the same reasons why. There's actually one reason why he likes it that I'm like, I can't exactly jump on that boat because that's political suicide for me. But like at the same time, I kind of like, I shrug my shoulders. I go, it's not that bad.
Huh. We can do 3D printing services soon. Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
Hey, can I just say a 10-second review for Animal Crossing Pocket?
Sure.
Go for it.
Like, it's literally Animal Crossing on your cell phone. It's bare bones, but I mean, it's Animal Crossing on your phone, and that's it. I mean, you can spend money on it, but it's straight up Animal Crossing on your phone, and I'm done. I mean, there's bullshit. There's bullshit things about it, like all the social networky bullshit, but it's minimal and it's stereotypical, and you can get around it.
Should I send this to? I'm really tempted to send this to a friend and just piss him off.
What, the Animal Crossing?
Yes. I'm going to send him a buckets full of Animal Crossing.
Yeah, just
I did joke to him recently because he's like crazy. I did joke to him recently. I was like, I'm gonna buy my S8 Note. I'm gonna take my iPhone. I'm going to whip it at you as hard as I can, catch it, whip it at you again until you eventually begin to realize that you're completely wrong and take the red pill. Animal Crossing is going to be a part of that.
Yep.
I get, every time I talk about Animal Crossing with anyone, I always say, "Oh man, I wish Pokemon Crossing existed." And every time
I
think
don't.
it's a money idea. It's a fucking money idea right there. It is not. It'd be so awesome. It'd be like, man, this Charmander, he's like this sporty guy, and he has this blue T-shirt, whatever.
It sounds like a bad idea. You know it. I know it. Jeff knows it.
No.
I think it would actually be really funny. I think it would be really funny just to watch, weeaboo faggots that aren't Josh talk about how Animal Crossing is a great, product. And I think
on top of it. That's the thing. It's a great blank slate.
I didn't say it was a bad product. I say the idea of Pokemon Crossing is a terrible, terrible idea.
It adds some characteristics to the fucking Pokemon and shit. It's so neat.
It is a losing venture. We know this.
How?
Because that's
Tell me.
Because then, okay, let me put it this way, Josh.
Okay.
While I get the idea of Charmander's this cool, sporty guy and da 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 da. Who's the main character?
What? It's because it's a human that you're hung up on?
Allan, oh my god.
No. Here's the thing. In Animal Crossing, you're human. You're a human, questionably. If you're gonna do with Pokemon, if you come in there and they're like, "Oh, look, the new trainer's in town," that's gonna beg me to raise a lot of questions.
Or hell, they could explain it away as like, oh, the new, I don't know, the new professor is in. Like, that would work.
And then that raises the question. And then that raises the next set of questions of why are Pokemon talking? Why is there a town of Pokemon? When do they develop their own society?
There is a long story in Pokemon of like they're supposedly researching and hey, we're gonna have this device to talk to Pokemon, and that was like, oh frick, what game was that? That was in like Pearl or some Silver.
That was in Silver, Pearl, and in I think that's it.
Or hell, it's Poke Crossing. You're talking to animals anyway, so it's like, or in Animal Crossing, you're talking to animals anyway, so it's like you don't have to make sense. It's gonna just slap Pokemon on it and you'll sell. Because that's
so
Pokemon
funny
Go
watching him justify this thing. It's really funny.
If you really want something that will sell, Josh, you know what you do? You know what you do? You make the venture of Pokemon Dungeon good for like actually sell well first, and then we can try with Pokemon Crossing. Because just so you know, all the spin-off games for the Pokemon games that aren't like the mainline series of Pokemon haven't sold well.
I mean, Pokemon Go was a thing.
Yes, but Pokemon Go was a handheld thing.
It's
actually no.
I would say it's a handheld thing, but it's a different thing that still sold.
It didn't sell. It was for free.
Yes, but at the same time, people dumped money in it.
No. You need to understand. You need to understand. That's a thing that is free. You don't have to dump money into it. People did because they wanted to, but if
people are sick in the head.
Well, yes, I agree there. But at the same time, Pokemon Crossing would be pitched out at $40 or $50, depending upon when it come out.
Well, essentially, what Allan is saying is this is a bad idea, and you should not have hopes and dreams.
I think this is a good idea.
I think we should do this and prove him wrong.
Exactly. Let's make our own Pokemon.
Anyways,
yeah. Let's do this.
Anyway,
anyways, I think that's good for the night.
Yeah, I think Allan has a rant for me.
I have a rant for you, but we're going to talk about it off podcast because it's about the Master Chief thing we had a discussion about 3 weeks ago, where you were like, I wanted to see Master Chief after and try to live in life and stuff like that. Yeah. Just that's how much this has bothered me. Jeff.
Wait, hold on. You wanted to know how Master Chief takes a dump in his fucking toilet or some shit?
No. How he moves on, how he tries to be human. That was the discussion me and Jeff had.
No, he dies in war. That's how he moves on. He dies.
Yeah, that's the point. That's what. The entire analogy for this thing is Jeff. Master Chief is to Marines is what Space Marines are to Imperial Guardsmen.
Yeah, pretty much.
But what does an Imperial Guardsman, what does a Space Marine say when he wants to get tender with a woman?
He doesn't.
What kind of fucking idiot is that? Why would you ever become a Space Marine?
That's the point. You're not a person anymore. You are literally a living, walking weapon. They don't have human emotions anymore, other than rage and unrelenting force. They are a weapon, and they are a thing you should not go. I want to see a female version of that. That's something else.
I see a female version.
No, you don't. Okay, you want to see a female version of a Space Marine? Look at the Adeptus Sororitas, or the Sisters of Battle. There you go. That's the Space Marine.
Or I'm going to bleep those names out. I talked to two of my former professors, and one of them was vehemently against Trump for valid reasons. And he said, no, he's literally screwing over my business.
Yep.
And, that's a good reason to not like Trump. I'm sorry. It's a lot more valid than all of the people whining about him.
Oh, yeah. No.
And, I really couldn't argue with them because I was like, no, you have every 100%. And I tried to keep the conversation off of Trump because I'm just so sick of it at this point. The thing with the university thing that pisses me off is like, she did nothing wrong.
No.
She displayed an opinion and students got offended.
No. What she did, and this is what pisses me off, is she used her right. She used her right to show the kids these are opinions out in the world. We have to look at them because we will face them. And the university had the audacity to turn around and go, "Yeah, you're not allowed to do that
No.
because these students don't have the mental capacity at this point." And I'm like, I heard that, and that was what really pissed me off for the most part. But the other stuff they said is like, no, he's been associated with the alt-right. I'm like, oh. I actually sat through like because in Sargon's video, and I'm gonna reference Sargon's videos a lot today about that. He displays I think a good 20 or 15 minutes of what them talking about. He jumps around for the most part, where he's discussing this is what they said here, and he discusses it, and he's pointing out no, Jordan Peterson's correct now because holy shit, this just happened. I would, and if I had kids who were considering going to university at this point, I agree with a lot of people who have been speaking online is we're not talking about I would say you're not going to a university with this name. L'Oreal, whatever the fuck it is. I need to rant for a minute about this bullshit. I'm containing it right now.
Well, I'll start up a game of Pokemon.
Josh, I love you, babe. I do. I thank you for I like the fact that you turned to your 3DS, grabbed your 3DS, and said, "Okay, I guess we're starting here." It's okay. And that's the thing, Josh. Is I need to get this out because holy crap on a stick, this is fucked up. This is just ridiculous. This should not be a thing. Listening to them talk to her was I can't talk about it now because I need to rant about it on the podcast. Because if I rant about it now, I won't have the energy to rant about it on the podcast.
Well, should we sync? And then I could get on with my Pokemon game?
For all of 10 minutes. It will be me just ranting for 10 minutes and then going stop. I actually have a stopwatch on my computer set up so I don't over rant. Our timer actually is what I want. I will go with not even 10 minutes. I'll go with 5 minutes of a rant. There we go. All right. Are we ready to sync?
Yes.
Jeff? Jeff?
Oh, Jeff.
He might be getting a drink and stuff. I might go grab one too. Actually, yeah, I'm going to go grab one. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Holy shit! I'm sorry.
Was your mute on?
I had to turn it on because I was helping my parents.
Oh, okay. But
And
anyway, it's,
what
Allan
the
will be
fuck?
back. Allan will be back. He's getting a drink.
How? What the hell?
What?
Huh?
I return.
Yeah.
My LT 2018 came out.
Oh, did it?
Yep, my LT 2018 has just
That
come
means
out.
my regular is coming out here shortly.
That means that the better program with all of the rendering features come out. I'm not trying to mock Allan. I'm just being a regular Maya user because Allan actually has intelligence. I'm a Neanderthal who doesn't understand techniques.
I don't understand technology. What are you talking about?
Or
I am a
what was
crazy
that?
SJW and I like Maya.
No, actually, what was that quote?
That actually might be fighting words. Allan might actually come and kill me.
Yeah, I would probably.
No, there's a quote on a T-shirt I remember reading. It was like,
There's a bayonet fixed to a rifle coming for you now, Jeff.
Herpadur fires.
What we need.
Technology's bad. Herpadur fires evil. Like, yeah.